occurred or it happened like this. And this was amounting to 7,883,000 as the suppliers went on recess during the festive period. So it's just qualifying what caused the delay. The suppliers who were to sign contracts with the ministry were not available. Then further on, we're saying unspent amount of 3,414,401 was due to some payments which were reversed due to wrong account details. I think this one is self-explanatory. This is speaking to money that was transferred to the beneficiaries or the suppliers and then bouncing back. It's clear there because those accounts probably were not active or something like that. Management would like to state that the ministry received funding of 727,848,624.29 kwacha on 15 December 2022 to pay for FISIP agro dealers and transporters. In most cases, the suppliers' accounts were either dormant, inactive, or had been closed. Hence, when payments were not credited by the bank, the ministry had to contact individual suppliers affected to have their bank accounts reactivated. So, thank you, Chair. I would like to maybe invite my Director of Finance to just a little bit elaborate on the figures and how this was happening. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Director of Finance. You can proceed and also answer Honorable Mwila's question in terms of percentage.
Thank you, Chair. As we've stated, our operational budget was funded to the tune of 98%. The difference between the 12 million and the 9.4 was as a result of a supplementary budget, which was given to the ministry during the year to cater for arrears that were carried over from the previous farming season. And that's how this excess actually came about. I submit, Chair.
In terms of the percentage, as the Director of Finance has answered your question, Honorable Mwila.
No, Chair. Then the table, the figures in the table are not accurate.
Yes, Honorable Mwila, proceed.
Then the figures in the table need correction because the difference between 12 million and 9.4 million is 3 million. But 9.4 million out of 12 is, billion, sorry. 9.4 billion out of 12 billion is 77%. So the 98, then there are some figures that we should be seeing, but are not stated here.
Thank you, Honorable Daka.
Chair, I was wondering over the controlling officer's response of suppliers having inactive bank accounts. I thought that one of the requirements when a supplier is tendering that demonstrate capacity is the submission of either bank statements or whatever. In short, what I'm wondering, Chair, is how can a serious supplier have an account which is inactive? I'm made to wonder, Chair. Maybe I seek clarification from the controlling officer.
Thank you. There was a hand there. Honorable Luma, you can proceed.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, maybe further clarification to the response by the controlling officer on the suppliers going on recess, Christmas time. A program which was budgeted, approved by Parliament. Then we have money pending because the supplier is going on recess. So I thought maybe the controlling officer can clarify that point, because just ending at that point, it is not coming out to be proper, because, Mr. Chairman, 7.8 million is not little money. And even me, if the ministry planned to undertake this program in 2022 and the budget was passed in 2021, we cannot have a situation where we fail to sign a contract because the supplier is going on recess. So I thought the PS can give us more details.
Thank you. PS, you've got those two questions from Honorable Daka emanating from your submission. You can switch off the mic now so that I have a full mic here. So you can answer the question from Honorable Daka and Honorable Lumai. Director Finance, there's a clarification from Honorable Mwila that some of the figures are not adding up. Maybe you can amplify on that. So I'll ask PS to proceed, then Director Finance. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. My understanding on this matter, Chair, is that there were contracts that were to be signed before the close of the year. And I think the reason behind this is that these contracts could not be signed because we were closing the books of accounts. However, it's clearly stating here that the suppliers who were to be the suppliers of these contracts went on recess, and it is said that these suppliers' accounts were or became dormant somehow. I don't want to believe that these suppliers are big suppliers. Probably the suppliers being talked about here would need to find out. There could be other suppliers of another form, which probably could be highlighted by the Department of Finance and perhaps Head Procurement and my colleague PS then. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Director Finance, you can proceed and clarify on the issue from Honorable Mwila. Then either Procurement or PS Technical come into if there's some addition. If not, we'll still ask you PS again to clarify. You can proceed, Director Finance.
Chair, like I mentioned, our original budget was 9 million. During the year, we applied for a supplementary, bringing the budget to 12 million. And out of the original 9 million, 98% was funded. That's how we had as a result of the supplementary that was given during the year. I think what happened here is that we concentrated on the original budget, taking out away the supplementary. But if we include the supplementary, it actually comes to 77%. But this supplementary was not actually funded. That's how we came to the original budget of 9.4.
Thank you. Any additions on these suppliers? If not, we proceed. Let's progress because it's just an issue of delayed execution of contracts in terms of payments. So proceed to the next item. Failure to facilitate payouts for 2021-2022 farming season. You can proceed, honorable colleagues, and ask questions. Maybe my question, PS, is that why has it delayed you to come up with actual first the phone numbers for these farmers? You should have the database so that we can now forward them for payouts, because you've indicated in your submission that the ministry delayed to come up with the actual data which should be used for onward payment of these payouts concerning the failure to facilitate payouts. Maybe would want to hear from you, the Honorable Lumai.
Mr. Chairman, we are told by Auditor General that the insurance company availed this documentation of the total number. And the ministry itself is saying they had a challenge because of handsets. Some farmers do not have access to handsets but have SIM cards. So now there's a discrepancy in terms of information flow. The insurance company, they've got all the information. The ministry are talking of SIM cards and the phones. So what I want to understand is how come the insurance company was able to avail this information, and yet the ministry was talking about SIM card and the phones? And how did the ministry know that there was a challenge with handsets and farmers only had SIM cards? How did they know?
Thank you, Honorable Miller.
Chair, it's indeed regrettable that, when people have invested in insurance and then they cannot be compensated for the loss that even the insurance company is not disputing, except that the ministry must validate the information. Now, the ministry has clearly delayed to validate the information so that those farmers who are affected can be compensated. So my question is this the first time that the ministry is having to deal with insurance claims arising from damage of this nature, such that it has to take this long to deal with the information that the insurance company is asking for? So is this the first time that the ministry is dealing with it? And second, what then now is the status? Because still time has passed, as at the time of the audit, the assignment was not completed. What is the status now of the compensation?
Thank you. PS, you can proceed and answer those 3 questions. Why has it taken you time to validate? Hence, delay to give payouts to these our farmers, small-scale farmers, who would need these funds for them to be restored to that effect. PS, you can proceed.
Thank you, Chair. I will give a little bit of I'll say a position to this, and then I'll invite my Director Agribusiness to say something. I wish to draw the attention of the committee, of this committee, to a fact that what we are discussing here is speaking to small-scale farmers. And the nature of the small-scale farmers we are talking about, these people who are beneficiaries to all this, are people who we call sometimes people that are lesser privileged. And they do not understand the importance of getting or having to have your phone always with you and having your SIM card on all the time. Most of these farmers we're dealing with here, Chair, believe in when they are registering, they'll ask for a SIM. They'll have a SIM card and they'll use the son's phone handset. And you find that in most cases, they are not online. I'll call it online. They can't receive calls. They can't receive messages because their SIM cards are always in their bags or in their houses or even lost. So this has really costed the ministry a lot because it's very difficult for us to get in touch with these people who do not really understand the importance of having your handset always with you. Sometimes they even go as far as using the neighbor's phone, the neighbor's handset. They even can register using a cousin's SIM card. And it goes on like that. And it's a huge challenge. No matter how much we are going to try, I believe Chair and the Honorable Committee here, you understand what I'm talking about. Beyond this, let me invite my director to elaborate further on what happens and where we are, because we have carried out an exercise that is speaking to we're trying so hard to make sure that our database is up to date. Director Agribusiness. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Director Agribusiness. You can proceed and shed some more light.
Thank you, Chair. Just to add on what the PS has explained, the reason why we have delayed to pay the farmers is because, one, we needed to verify the phone numbers and the names that were given to us. Of course, yes, the insurance companies have a list of names of the farmers, which they get from our database. But then, when the farmers are paying the 400 kwacha contribution for FISIP, they use any SIM card, any phone. So it means that if we pay out, this money can go to whoever owns that SIM card. And then also, it's important to note that this will be the first time that we'll be paying cash to the farmers. Previously, the farmers were getting inputs from the agro dealers. that also came with a lot of challenges. That is why there was a change of policy that this time around, let us pay them cash. So it is only because we wanted to be very sure of who we are paying. Thank you. I submit.
Thank you. Maybe, yes, PS technical can proceed.
Thank you, Chair. In short, what the director is saying, the payouts have never been handled by the ministry. The payouts used to be from the insurance companies, but the insurance companies were also using agro dealers. So the database that they were using to do the payouts is different from the database that the ministry is using. So being the first time to use our database to pay to do the payouts, we have had challenges because trying to call on the numbers that are appearing on the database, you don't get any responses, and you, like she says, you end up paying, and then the money will end up accruing or going to the phone number of the person whose number was used. So because it's the first time, we had to be very careful. We had to ensure, verify that we are sending to the correct number. In the process took long, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe perhaps PS, you can give us what is the status now? Have you validated that data? What is the lead time, and when will these farmers be paid this insurance? Because we are now we're in another farming season. Again, there will be issues of some farmers being paid, so it will be now accumulating. Have you done your validation with Smart Zambia or wherever it is, or in your system, so that we know the actual position and when you'll be paying these farmers, as it were? Before we proceed, there's Honorable Mwila, you have a question. You can proceed.
No, Chair, I think my question may be relevant or not after they respond to your question, so I will hold.
Thank you. PS, you can proceed.
Thank you, Chair. In terms of validation, yes, we have done that. But in terms of lead time, I'll allow my director to give us a position. Thank you.
Thank you. Director Agribusiness, you can proceed.
Thank you, Chair. The current status is that out of the 4 insurance companies, so far, Mayfair has paid a total of 2 million to our farmers, 2 million kwacha, and the rest of the companies, Hollard, Zisk, and Professional Insurance, are finalizing contracts with the mobile phone providers with whom they are going to get into contracts and pay the farmers. Thank you.
Thank you. Any clarification before we make progress? Okay. Let's make progress. We did ask the ministry to bring some documentation. The next query is on procurement and delivery of urea fertilizer and compound D, concerning the 10 first shortlisted suppliers. PS, we were told to contact these 10 suppliers. Are they here?
Thank you, Chair. Some of them are here, but I wouldn't say that all of them are here, but I have seen maybe 1 or 2. However, I stand to be guided now as to whether all of them have appeared through head procurement. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Head procurement, you can proceed. Are the 10 farmers, are the 10 suppliers here? And also the documents which we asked for to that effect. Concerning the 10, for which was cancelled, and now the one which was direct bidded. So we want both. The one which was cancelled, I think the 10 was cancelled. So we wanted the evaluation report for the cancelled one, and the bid document for the cancelled one, and the evaluation reports for the one who was selected for direct bidding, the 5, and also the bid document for the 5 and the suppliers. So maybe Director Procurement, Head of Procurement.
Thank you very much, Chair, through the PS. We have brought some documents, not everything. In terms of the reports, we have brought the report that was done during the open bidding process. We have also brought a report that was done during the the direct bid process. We've also brought a report on the negotiations. As in terms of the suppliers, other suppliers have come through. Those that were mentioned in the report. Those that are available now is Agrisam and Faith and Seed. I submit, Chair.
Thank you. For the Faith and Seed is direct bidding. We also want this one for the open one, the 10. If we can have any of those, we want them also. So if these are not available, honorable colleagues, we can skip this one, go to the one for the direct bidding, since the Agrisam and the Faith Seed are here, so that we can tackle. Then we wait for this one. Then the documents, sorry. The reports are here. Secretariat, we can distribute the reports for only direct bidding. The other ones we need them to be here. So maybe you can guide them with. So honorable colleagues, my guidance, let's keep the table 2, shortlisted companies at 10, and we proceed to the ones which are direct bidded. Sorry. We don't want. So we can proceed to I, failure to follow bidding and evaluation guidelines. Then this other one will bank it for now, because we don't have any suppliers on the other list. So we can distribute the evaluation reports for the direct bidding, especially concerning this issue. Thank you so much. PS will break for lunch. Looking at the time is now 13. I'll take this opportunity to lift the immunity. Conferred before you that we'll have lunch for 1 hour 30 minutes. 14:30 we resume, and we come and pick up on the 2 suppliers, questioning on that aspect of direct bidding, which is Agrisam and Faith Seed. And then Secretariat liaise with procurement as I've guided in terms of evaluation reports for those direct bidding. Then the other 10 also provided, and we also need to have some of them to come and interact with us. So PS, the immunity which was conferred before you is lifted. We'll see you at 14:30. And maybe, like I said, Secretariat guide the PS, because if you look at 35, we can deal with those suppliers. Then there are those suppliers which are under paragraph 38 for the construction of power lines in Shikabeta and what, so that we don't keep them. Maybe when you liaise with them looking at time, those ones for Shikabeta and ZESCO IDC, they can come tomorrow. So that today we can deal with Farmers Ban, Kamano, Agrisam, and Faith Seed. Yeah. Then these other ones will be communicated, they can also come tomorrow. Thank you so much, so that we don't keep people waiting. Thank you so much. We will see you.
Some trust in chariots, some trust in hoses, but we trust in the name of the Lord. Some trust in their skills, others trust in their kings, but we trust in the name of the Lord. When the arm of flesh will fail them, we'll still be standing tall, because we trust in the name of the Lord. When they say there's a casting down, we will say there's a lifting up, 'cause we trust in the name of the Lord.